this is this week's movies, excluding Deadpool. That was a separate review video.
By the way, Deadpool vs. Wolverine, really good.
So this is the movies we watched on Sunday. The first one is Please Don't
Destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain, or Foggy Mountain, I'm pretty sure. That was actually pretty good.
It was good. It was a comedy.
So a couple of guys, slackers, they all work for the one guy's dad. They go on a treasure hunt, and the treasure actually turns out to be real, and it just ensues with absolute
Chaos.
madness and chaos. And I would definitely recommend giving this one a watch.
And
what
that
did we
was a
score?
3.5 out of...
3.5 is...
My notebook here, just in
yes.
case you're wondering. Okay,
3.5 is good in my opinion.
Then the next comedy we watched was Like a Boss.
So, fun fact about Like a Boss, the first time we watched it, it took us almost a year to finish watching it. And the reason for that, those of you that's from South Africa, you know all about it. Load shedding. So we were sitting in Ster-Kinekor, for those of you from the UK, that's Cineworld, it's South Africa's equivalent. And during the movie we had load shedding, which means the electricity went down and the movie didn't finish. So we got a refund, and we had to wait for it to come onto some kind of streaming service before we could finish watching it.
So it took us a long time, but we...
Not because we didn't want to finish watching it. It's good. It's got Rose Byrne, I think is her name, and it's got now I can't think of. It's been a long day at work, so I can't think of any names.
But anyway, we scored that a 3.5 out of we didn't.
It's got
actually
Salma Hayek. There we go.
We didn't
That's
have to
another
say
one.
what it's about. So it's basically these two women that own their own business, like a boss, and then they get an offer. Their friends are doing really well, and then they get an offer.
But their business is not doing so well, so
Yes.
they get an offer to buy their business out, and the one
Not
wants
out like
or buy majority share.
51%.
One wants to do it, other one doesn't want to do it, and it's the normal shenanigans of a comedy movie.
3.5 out of 5. And then the next, The Moor.
The Moor. Honestly, I was very close to sleeping during most of this movie. It's spelled The Moor. It's M-O-O-R. All I'm going to say is, as I'm sitting here, I genuinely can't even remember what it was about. Can you?
No.
So.
We scored it a 1.5 out of 5.
And that was probably being slightly generous. It's definitely just a skip. And usually, I'm really good with remembering what movies are about, and not a clue.
Yeah, and then we watched 10 by 10.
10 by 10, a guy kidnaps a woman and he puts her in a room that's 10 feet by 10 feet, and he keeps asking her, what's your name? She tells him her name, and he denies that as an answer. And why is she in that room? Why does he have her? It's that kind of movie. I would definitely recommend watching it. What do we score
We
there?
gave it a 2.5, but I think actually thinking back, I think that's more like a 3.
It's because it's the second time we watched it, so
So
I think
I'll
it's a
give
3.5 maybe.
3.5. And then we watched Outback.
It's about a young couple who travel through the Australian outback, if you could imagine, and they take a hike and they can't find their car.
They actually were driving and then they drove down the wrong road. And
They're on their way to Ayers Rock or Uluru, whatever you want to call
and
it.
then they had to climb to a high point to try and see where the main road is because they can't find it. And then it got dark and then they couldn't find their way back, and then they just ended up
And then
getting
they
lost.
got completely lost in the outback without shade, without water, and there you go, that's what it's about.
And it was 3.5 stars.
I think it was a pretty decent movie.
And
then we watched The Black Coat's Daughter. Now, there's an actress in here that I really like as an actress, Emma Roberts, but even her performance could not save this movie. So I do research on a lot of sites for our movies that we're going to watch weekly, and this is recommended by every single site I can possibly think of. It's two girls that's left alone at a college campus because their family is not there or whatever the case may be.
And it's a convent, if I'm not mistaken, like a Christian, a Catholic
yes,
school.
I think it's a convent. And the third one, Emma Roberts, her character travels with two grown-ups to this school, and it's just, I don't know, it was...
A lot of darkness, and we gave it a 1.5.
Yeah, that might also be fairly generous. And that, guys, that's the movies we watched this week. The ones I'd recommend is Please Don't Destroy the Treasure of Foggy Mountain. I'd recommend Like a Boss. I'd recommend 10 by 10. And the by is a multiply symbol, by the way. And I'd recommend Outback. And I'd recommend Deadpool and Wolverine. You can give The Moor and The Black Coat's Daughter a skip.
And then if you have any movie suggestions for us, put it down in the comments and we will check it out and rate
If we
it out of
haven't
5.
already.
Yeah, because we've watched like all the movies. And
I was already saying bye.
I know,
Oh.
and I think that is it. Bye.
Bye.